the Blues and the Saints. Tomorrow night at the G. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show! I am your host, Andrew Illy, and this is the Ball of Truth. It's the preview for the Saints and the Blues. Thank you very much for joining me. Wherever you are around the world, wherever you are, you silly motherfuckers. Thank you guys for joining me. This is a real quick preview for tomorrow night. I'm your host, Andrew Illy, and it's team selection night. We are live right here on the Ball of Truth. Blues take on the Saints tomorrow night at the MCG, which should be an absolute blockbuster game. It's Spud's game. Danny Frawley, his legacy lives on. Not just to honour Spud, but to remind each other that no one should have to carry mental health alone. And that's what this game's all about, to raise awareness for mental health. I'm expecting a close one, man. This will have a lot of heat to it as well. It's not only Spud's game, this is the TDK game. A lot of speculation. Whether or not he will stay, will he go to the Saints, who reportedly offered him a massive $1 million deal. And I wonder if he'll make his decision off the result of this one. I doubt it. Nevertheless, you know what? Where I am at that situation, I think we just got to let it play out. Obviously, I want TDK to stay because I love him. I reckon he's one of the best rucks in the league. But, yeah. Is the money worth it? I don't know. You guys tell me what you think of the TDK situation. Because I don't think we can match Saints' offer. And if we do, then we're going to have to make a lot of changes, man. A lot of changes. Last time we played Saints was the last round of the home and away season 2024. A match I would love to forget. They beat us with a late Higgins goal right at the death, which we all thought cost us a final spot. But little did we know the Dockers would later choke that evening, and it was all okay in the end. Not in the elimination final, wasn't okay when we went down 60-0. But you know what I mean. This will be fiery, man. It always is. We don't beat the Saints too often. They're kind of a little bogey side like Crows are. And we often don't play them at the MCG. And I actually feel like that will favour us more. I'm rapt that it's at the MCG, to be honest with you. But last time we played them at the MCG, we won in round 20 in 2020. It was a beautiful sunny day. I was there for that one. But yeah, it is what it is, man. Let's get to the teams because they just dropped. I've got no idea what's going on here. Before I jump in there, Swiss Cheese, is Mott Flop getting a game? Let's have a look. We'll find out now. Bevtone's in the chat. Welcome, Bevtone. Even if we win this game after last week, it means nothing. This season is cooked at this stage. Absolutely. 100%. Until we get more wins than losses, till then, I don't believe that this season will go the way we wanted it to. Swiss Cheese, Sean Grigg, Premiership Ruckman. Don't need to wrap up big dollars on a Ruckman. Give me more Chincotters who can run Forest Run through the midfield. I love Chincotta, and apparently he's 1 week away, man. So there you go. Let's go to the team. I'll bring it up for us now off the Carlton website. Here we go. All right, in. Jack Silvani, kind of knew that one. Jackson Binns gets a game. He was huge in the VFL. And Francis Evans, which means, is Mott Flop? No, Mott Flop's not out. Sam Doherty omitted. Lockie Fogarty's injured. So that's why Evans is coming in. And Matt Carroll omitted. I know he didn't have a great game last week, but I mean, no one did, man. How's Mott Motlop getting a game and... I don't know. That one kind of annoys me. Because Matt Carroll's been awesome. I know he wasn't great last week, and his lack of experience showed in that game. But he's been awesome in the previous 3 weeks. He was good against Geelong and the 2 previous weeks before that. Harsh, very harsh. Wait, is Cowan in? Let's have a look. Cowan... Because he was a sub last week. Where is he? Yes, he is. Okay. That kind of makes sense. Bevtone says, Blake Acres lucky not to be dropped. I wholeheartedly agree. Seriously. Because the Campo twins, or one of them's cooking in the VFL as well. They're putting their name forward. So, man. I'm a little bit gutted for Matt Carroll. But you know what? He'll kill it in the VFL. I'm sure he will get back into this side, no problem at all. But, that's a bit devastating. Look, tomorrow night has so many stories going into it, and a lot of history going in. We've got the TDK situation. Ross Lyon, well, we interviewed him for the job, and we chose Voss. And I think, was it Lyon that backed out? I'm not too sure, but there's a little bit of drama there. Will our forwards have an impact this game? Because last week they certainly didn't. Harry was nowhere to be seen. He needs a big game. Will our midfield outwork theirs? I think that's the biggest question here. And if it does, then we've probably got a good chance. And how will we respond? And will we respond? Because last week, the team owes the fans and the whole club a response, honestly. But will Saints prove their worth this season? Because they're 4-4, we're 3-5. They're just above us. We can leapfrog them with a win. But we need to get back to winning that contest inside and get some good early run on the outside. I think that's the way we've got to do it, just like the Geelong game. And I feel like if we do start well, we've got a very good chance. Last week we didn't start well. Crows all over us from the get-go. And if that team from last week shows up tomorrow, we are fucking doomed. Absolutely doomed, man. Right now, and I've called us this in the last 2 episodes, we are the bipolar Navy Blues. Because that's what it feels like when we're watching this team. You just don't know who's going to rock up. We need to bring that energy and intensity that we brought against Geelong and the 2 wins before that, and a bit of fight. Last week there was no fight, no cuntiness. Against the Cats, different story. It's crazy, the seesaw that we go through as fans with this team. You just don't know who's going to rock up. But that Carlton team that showed up against Geelong can definitely beat the Saints. So let's hope they rock up. I'll just go to the chat quickly. Aiden, sir, how does Motlop stay in the side? I don't know. Seriously, I don't know. The coaches have their favourites. I would have... Look, maybe if it wasn't for Fogarty getting injured, he may have been dropped. Mott drop, says Swiss Cheese. Bevtone, just to throw this out there. Mott flops form... I've said Mott flop. Motlop's form isn't great, yet he leads the club for assists. Kind of makes it hard to drop, especially when there isn't much pressure from below. Good point, Bevtone. Yeah, fair enough. I didn't know that about the assists. That's a massive stat. I don't notice it, though. What I want from Motlop is hard tackling, get some goals, and get more involved. I know that Voss throws him in the middle a little bit, which did not work last week. He's kind of got a little bit of an acceleration in the first few steps, but I just keep thinking of that one-on-one contest from the Adelaide game when I think Fogarty kicked it inside 50, and Motlop has not won a leg race against Josh Worrell. And I was Josh worried at that point, mate. Let me tell you. Jesus Christ. Look, let's hope he has a big game. I want these players to succeed, but when they're playing average or below average, we're going to call them out here. It's what the ball of truth is. But let's see how we go. Limonade, what's Evans expected to do? You know what? if Evans can get us a couple of goals, inside forward 50 pressure, that will please me. That's all I want. Just some inside 50 pressure. I think we can test their defense. Honestly. Charlie and Harry, they need to have multiple goals each tomorrow night for us to win. That mic's doing that thing again. I hope you guys have heard me okay so far. I'm getting a new mic soon. What have I missed in the chat? We'll need wine tomorrow, says Limonade. Absolutely, man. Look, you know what? I think this one will be a nail-biter, and it's so hard to predict what team will show up, but I think I'm going to back us for this one. I believe we will win this game, but I have a feeling it will be under 1 goal. I'm going to tip us by 3 points. I think we'll bounce back. Let's hope. Who knows, man? We could rock up like last week and do nothing. But I'll get to my predictions for the whole round. I'll bring them up now. I would have thought Pitto was worth a recall, says Bevtone. I've been saying that for weeks. Like, where is he? I know he played in the VFL and he's actually playing decently, apparently. So, yeah, look. I don't know. Maybe they didn't want to use him in this game in particular. Maybe against Sydney. Who knows? But yeah, I hope he gets in this side soon because I thought Pitto at his best and when he's fit adds so much value to this team and it frees up TDK as well. But who was it that mentioned that money is not everything? Oh, Swiss cheese. Well, that is a good point about spending a lot of money on Ruckman when you could spend it on a midfielder, like an absolute gun, like Petrarca or something like that. So I don't know where the club's thinking with the whole TDK situation. I want him to stay, but what's the money going to be like? That's the question. And if we spend too much on TDK, then we miss out on something else. I hope they can find some sort of agreement and balance, and we get to have the best of both worlds, but that's the unfortunate thing of footy. Who knows what's going to happen there with money involved. And you know what? If we win, maybe TDK will be swayed to stay. He'll be like, nah, I don't want to be with those blokes over there. They've got no hope. But no, Saints are a good side. They're going to give us a hell of a run, seriously. I'll go into my predictions because I think Freo and Collingwood are about to start in about an hour or so. Collingwood are somehow not the favourite for this game because they've got outs. I think Maynard, DeGoey, Mychek and Pendles are out. I'm still going to back them against the Dockers, man. The Dockers are horrible. I watched their game against Saints last week and I was bored. It was shocking. I just don't have faith that they'll bounce back. Even though they're home, Collingwood are in great form and I think they'll bounce back from their loss against Geelong. Swiss Cheese says, Pitnet has the agility of a senile dog that hobbles around on 3 legs and craps on my front nature strip and the rucking skills of a double arm amputee. That's harsh, Swiss Cheese. Jesus. Look, no, Pitto, look, he's not the most colourful, skillful guy you'll see out there. He's a bit uncoordinated, but a lot of ruckmans are. Seriously. TDK, when he kicks a footy, does not look like an AFL footballer. Just saying it. I love him. He's a gun. But his technique is very wacky. Very wacky. Brandon, Andrew the GOAT. Thank you, Brandon. I was back into my predictions. So I'm going Collingwood in a close one tonight. I think they'll get over the line. I'm going us by 3 points against Saints tomorrow night. Hawks should beat Melbourne at the MCG on Saturday. Essendon Sydney's going to be a close one. Sydney are the favourite, but I'm not really convinced on them. Look, on current form, they had a good win last week against Giants. And Essendon just scraped over the line against North, so I'm going to go Sydney, but I think it will be close, anyone's game. Gold Coast and Bulldogs. I'm going to go Bulldogs. They're flying. They smashed Port last week by 90 points. Jesus Christ. Port and Adelaide in the derby. I'm going to go Crows. I'm sure they'll beat Port. although it might be closer because it's a derby. Richmond and Eagles. Bottom of the table clash there. I'm going to go Richmond. I just can't see Eagles winning a game right now. Geelong will beat Giants, I think, at home at GMHBA Stadium. And the last game, North and Brisbane. Does anyone think North are a chance? No. Lions are going to win that, man. Swiss, I want Goldstein, that sweaty, gorgeous hunk of a man. Oh, boy. Man, this is going to go off. Tomorrow night, we will be going live right after the game. I think I've penciled it in for 10:30, so pop it in your calendars. We'll go live right after the game for the review. And man, let's see how we go. Of course, if you like today's show or the show in general, hit that like button for me. Subscribe if you're new here. And, oh, by the way, today, Charlie Curnow got in a little incident with Charlie Curnow at training, which apparently was nothing. And they tried to make a big deal out of it. The media, the journalists and media, hammering Voss with the same fucking questions over and over again. They asked about Charlie Curnow missing tomorrow night's game literally 3 times, and then they got off into their other questions, and then some absolute moron reporter asked right again at the end a 4th time, and even Voss is like, mate, shut up! Seriously, what is wrong with these journos? Unbelievable. It's like, he said it 3 times that Charlie was okay and he's playing. What more do you want? Why are you asking again, you fucking idiot? Oh, that pissed me off today. Swiss Cheese, is the truth gracing the G with his presence? No, he's not. No, he is going. The truth is going, and he said he's coming back to the show soon. Limonade, lazy media. It's poor from them. It is. It just shut the hell up, man. Take his word for it, and then for some reason, if Charlie doesn't get up, then go and ask him questions. But he's answered the question 3 fucking times, and then that idiot right at the end, he should never step into one of those rooms again and ask questions. Honestly, if I was Voss, I would have ripped him a new one right in front of everyone. And I'm glad he kind of like went back at him. Just shut the fuck up, man. God, what an embarrassment. Anyway, hopefully Charlie does get up, but apparently he just clashed knees or something with TDK. Who cares? Like, he's been named. We'll take their word for it, man. I'm loving Jack Silvani back in this one. Sorry, I didn't even get into the ins. Jack Silvani being back is huge. Binns getting a game is massive too. He's coming in for Doc. And yeah, the one that kind of is guttering is Carroll, and Fogarty's injured, obviously. But yeah, I think Motlop definitely would have been dropped if Fogarty didn't get injured. So he escapes, and hopefully he proves us all wrong and kills it tomorrow night. But man, I'll leave you guys to it. This is just a quick one. Tomorrow night is the big one. How will we respond after last week's debacle? After that shithousery, man. I'm expecting a big game. Go Blues. Like, subscribe, turn the bell on for all notifications, and pencil in the live review for tomorrow. It's going to be huge. And I will see you all then. I love you all. Thank you very much. And we'll talk tomorrow night. And get involved in the live chat. Leave a comment. Go nuts. Love yous. See yous then. Go the Baggers! Adios! Good night. And remember, subscribe, man.